All right, here we are, Monday afternoon. Been kind of busy. I've scraped up, there's a pretty heavy piece of fiberglass mat that goes across that's on this very front here. And so I've really had to do a lot of grinding here, but I'm down to the fiberglass mat that's on top of this marine ply. So I've scraped and I've scraped and I've got everything up and off. And then what I've done is I've sanded it down with 40 grit. And wherever any water, as you can see, I missed one. Oh, well, resin got on that one. I gotta pry that one off. But any areas that I wasn't able to get under, get everything up where it's just, millimeters really, that there's still a little air gap, I've taken fiberglass resin and I've just painted over it just to kind of fill that in. So now 40 grit is down. It's got something to bite into, and that mat that was kind of dried out, that the water was there, but the polyester urethane had water between the fiberglass mat and the polyester urethane, so it was kind of up. Now I pried all that up, and whatever was stuck to it, all I had was just mat. The resin has covered that back up. So all these little spots that are here, got all those. This is the area right here where it was leaking through. I've taken some mat that I had, and I've cut a piece of mat, as you can see where it's darker here, and that's little mat, it's been rolled in. So, because that was raw wood. And I had a piece of raw wood over here someplace as well. But anyway, I got mat over that. But now everything has been sealed. So resin kind of rolled in to under the underside of this wood here. Again, because that's going to, once I sand everything down, that'll get sealed up with Silcaflex. So it'll be nice and smooth. But I've got fiberglass resin inside there right now, and I've got 2 good brush strokes on it. So, but everything right now that was loose is up and gone, and now I've gone over the top of it with fiberglass resin. So the fiberglass resin is on it, and it's sealed. So even if it were to rain right now, say this evening, because it's still got a cure in about probably 15-20 more minutes, because I didn't use a lot of catalyst in it, wanted a nice slow cure for it. Plus the sun's on it, so that'll speed it up as well. But it's all been sealed where all these holes are. So, and the crap is up. So now when I go over it, I'm going to take an 80 grit sand, put in the polyester fill over the top of it, a good coat. That'll be a skim coat, and then I'll have to give it a second coat, and that probably a sand in between the two coats, and then go down, feel out to make sure because you want it smooth, got to keep it smooth. So once I have all of these with the polyester fill in it, I'm gonna lay down some primer, because we've got to do the wood. And then, so once this wood is done, and then I can start to focus on getting extra stainless steel supports and putting up, because I've got another 6 more solar. So I bought 10 panels, and I've got 4 down here. So there's 4 down there, and we got 6 up here. So plus the 2 wind turbines. So that will basically give me, in a perfect world, I'll have 150 amps of charging power per hour. So, which will be nice. So if I use 600 amp hours per day, and that I will have no problem restoring that when we're near a typhoon and that, because I got to have lots of wind for it. But anyway, I know I'll have, on sunny days, I'll have at least 80 amps for sure charging up the batteries. And I mean, I don't use 80 amps an hour. But anyway, we'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, this is what's going on. It's sealed, so I mean, it can rain tonight, and we're good. So I'll add a couple more videos to this one, and that as this progresses, and hopefully, step by step, sand it down nice and smooth, and get some white polyester urethane over the top of it. Then I start ripping off all this bad varnish. And it's not too bad. After doing the bow, this is a walk in the park because these are all just small. Except again, these posts. But that should come down pretty good. As you can see, I've got this piece got to be replaced. So that's it. That's a long piece, and I don't want to have a joint in it. Well, we got a joint down here. There's a couple little joints, so I guess not. If I do it, because again, teak is really expensive. And not that I'm complaining, but well, yeah, I am. I'd rather spend it on more electronics than more wood. I want to use the wood that's there, just shine it up. But it never works out that way, does it? Okay. Well, anyway, that's it. So if I were to say, this is Hong Kong Island, and here's Lantau Island, here is Lama Island, this is Chengchao Island, over here is Hainan in China. No. They kind of look like a bunch of islands, don't they? Wonder what they would resemble. Well, I'll have to get some Freudian thing and take some pictures, and I'll start holding them up, the ink blot test, and see what you think they are. All right. That's enough for now. I got to get back to work. Be good, be safe, be well. Bye-bye. Well, Tongzhimen Chinkula. Now, Mao Zedong used to say that. But anyway, hello, comrades. Hello again from Hong Kong. Well, here we are on the Bigfoot, and now that I've sealed up everything, got everything out, I've ground down the overlapping fiberglass resin where I had filled in places. I've gone now and used 4 liters of polyester fill. It's just a big fill coat. I know I'm going to have to feather some stuff out, but it's all sealed. I've got where I ground down, because I did fiberglass along the edge here. And we happened to get rain last night, and nothing leaked through. So that fiberglass resin actually filled in. It did a great job. The water went out those little slots that are there where it's supposed to go out. I haven't cut those out yet. I haven't really focused on any of the wood yet. I've made it so, again, it's rain tight. So down here on this side, that's all filled up. We've got, these were pretty intense. These are all done. I mean, it's all got a fill coat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sit back, enjoy a cocktail, enjoy the sunshine that we got today. It's pretty nice here in Hong Kong, you know, for being early December, wearing shorts and my sandals. Life is good. But now comes the dusty part. I've got to sand this down, and then I'm going to have to go over it with a really thin little fill, you know, in places that I've missed, because I've tried to raise it up high enough. So I'm going to be able to sand it down all at one go. But we'll see how it goes. You never 100%. There's always going to be a low area. And plus, you know, because you got the curve to this roof, and you got to keep it. So I think that one was really big, and this one was huge. So where I was taking my small knife across, I know I've got to go back over that to get it more rounded. But it's looking good. All right, so that is the update. It's sealed with polyester fill right now. So even if it were to rain tonight, right now, nothing is going to be going down. Yesterday it was sealed with fiberglass resin too, but it's still good. It makes me a lot more confident that no more damage is going to happen to the marine ply that's underneath it. And I'm kind of concerned because I think it's right where this drain was. The drain was here. Again, I filled that up with resin. But down in here is where I believe that the water was leaking. It was either here or it was right here on this one. And so we've got, everything's pretty good here. I haven't missed anything. But anyway, back to that, where this had that leak, and it went through, and this is where I've got this area right here. And last night nothing came through. I mean, it's still hard, but I mean, there is no soft wood that's there, but somehow just water got underneath, somehow was in there. But again, I'll let that dry out, and again, I'm going to sand that down, and polyester urethane paint will go back over the top of it, and it should be good. I shouldn't have any other problems. But she looks good. So that's what's going on right now. Now I got to start getting dusty. I got an oversized dust bag for my dual action sander, and again I'm going to go over everything with 80 grit. Oh, that's one thing I never mentioned. After I put the fiberglass resin on it, and then I ground down this morning, what I had done is it's all 40 grit, really heavy 40 grit with the grinding discs. And so now that polyester fill has something really to bite into. And I shouldn't have any other problems. But it's all there. Needs a good sand. So that is, I'm going to go and enjoy a cocktail. And I'm going to go sand before the sun goes down. Alright guys, be good, be safe, and always be well. Bye-bye. Alright there, happy campers. How you doing? It's been a while since I've recorded anything, but as we can see, I've got a coat of primer on top of all the holes we had here. I can't stand up there, so right now I'm down here. As you can see, it's very dusty. Boat needs a good wash right now. But what I've done, now this is the method to my madness, is I needed to fill in all these cracks and holes and patches. As you can see, I haven't brought all the way down because I've just put on the primer. Look down there, it's all primer. I need to seal up this before I can go and start sanding, and as you can see, you know, around here I've got to seal up. I've got to put Silcaflex in here. Again, I have to sand off the wood first off. I've got to sand off all the wood. Then I can mask off, put in the white Silcaflex, 295, etc. Just like, you know, what I've done down here. You know, what I've done all around here to make this all nice. But as you can see, I've got all this flaking varnish. I've got, in fact, over here, as you can see, I've got a gap. If you look down there, I've got a gap. I've got to take out all the plugs, take out the screws, screw that back in together, clamp it down, get all that good. Then I can go, I kind of took a little sand to it. But again, it's good teak. That's all what that was for. But I've got a coat of primer on top of all the fill, and I've taken, you know, the videos that preceded this one. You can see where I've got, there has been, or maybe it's still, this line, there's a line that's right down here where there's a piece of marine ply, and that kind of gives a seam. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a international brand silica sand that you mix in with the polyester urethane paint. So when I paint back over, because I'm going to put 2 more coats of, just like I did down here, I put 2 coats of polyester top coat. And the first coat, I'm going to use a roller, and it's going to have that sand in it. So I got it like an anti-slip, you know, base, and then after that I'm going to brush on a thin coat, and it's still, because the sand will still be there, you know, for that grip, non-slip type thing, and to make it still so it's nice and shiny, like I have down here, nice and shiny top coat. But before I do any of that, I've got to sand and grind off all this other stuff. We've got all the banisters here on the port side are done. Starboard side's getting done. This has to get, the wood has to get repaired. Then it has to get sanded down, get all this gunk off of all these posts that are here. And as you can see, we got to drill some holes, get them in. I've got a lot of stuff to do, but I had to seal up this top deck. And I've got it sealed, so I'm in a good place up here to now just start working on the wood. And I don't want any more polyester fill. I've had my fill. No pun intended. Polyester fill, had my fill. You get my meaning. So, but other than that, right now, I put that on this afternoon. But it's kind of got a little bubbles that are in there because I used a roller on it. But it's looking good. Once I put that sand grit on, any of the irregularities that are in there from where the filler is, from where I've sanded, because again, this is not auto body work, and there's going to be some irregularities, and plus the last coat, well, actually the next coat with the sand and the final coat with the brush is going to make it look pretty smooth. So we're not going to see, you know, a lot of madness on it. It's going to look good. But now I've just got to start focusing on, you know, taking all this old varnish off of this wood, get the wood so it's stable, cutting out where the drains are so it drains really well, and that without any, you know, obstacles, etc. But it's there, so this is a lot better than it was. So these 3 videos that kind of show my progress. I didn't have a video showing what it was before I painted it, but because I had a fill coat, the last video had the fill coat and not the feather coat, if you will. I mean they got all kinds of different names for it, but anyway, it was sanded down with several coats, several sandings, and I'm tired of sanding that polyester fill because it's just nasty. I'd rather sand off varnish. Washes off a lot easier. But that's where we stand there, guys. And now I've sent off some communications to Morningstar to see what they can do for my kit, and if they don't want to do anything, and if we can't resolve it, again, I'm going to take it out and I'm going to put in a new kit. Plain and simple. It is an off-grid boat, and I don't have time to muck around with, oh, try this and try that. No, it's got to work. You know, if you sell a product, sell me a product that works and it does what it's supposed to do. So that's what's going on. All right, guys, be good, be safe, be well, and have a wonderful Sunday afternoon. Bye-bye.